Hi everybody, my name is Kay and I'm from the SIG SAUER Academy, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the master grip with your pistol. So to do this today, we're going to need a safe place that we can dry fire, as well as an unloaded and safe 365 rows. So what makes a good quality grip? So I would personally say there's a couple factors here. The first factor is going to be recoil management. The second factor is going to be accuracy. It's going to allow us to be accurate on target, as well as be able to shoot quickly. And the last factor is going to be consistency. We don't want our grip to fall apart as we're shooting, and we also want it to always come together the same way. So now that we've talked about what we're looking for in a good grip, let's actually start talking about our hand placement. So the first thing I want to do is check that my gun is unloaded and safe. So I'm going to take control of that pistol, finger's going to go high on the slide, and I'm going to do that 3-point inspection, checking the mag well, the chamber, as well as the breech face, looking away and doing that again visually and physically. So I like to have the bones of my arm in line with the slide. If I'm too far off to the side, I'm not going to be able to reach the trigger appropriately. If I'm too far to this side, I'm going to have too much finger on the trigger, and it's going to be hard to have a nice clean trigger pull. So what I'm looking for here is to just be able to have just my fingerprint or my finger pad on the trigger. Now I want you to notice where my hand is, where the web of my hand is in relation to the beaver tail of the gun. So it's nice and high. You can almost see a little pucker of skin right there. If there's space, we're gonna have trouble with that recoil control as well as the consistency of the grip. Now let's talk about my support side. So my thumb is going to go high and it's gonna open up this space on the gun. If I leave my thumb here, there's not much space for me to place my support hand on the gun. So my thumb goes nice and high, and that way this hand can, one, index under the trigger guard and then roll into this space. So it'll look something like this. Now that I have that positioning correct and my hand is more on the gun than just on my hand, my thumbs are gonna roll over into position on in a thumb over thumb grip. I wanna make sure that my hands aren't resting on these controls. It could cause my gun to not lock back when it's empty if I rest on those controls. So that looks really good. I like that grip. So now that we have that squared away, let's talk about elbow positioning. So if we look at my stance here, nice athletic stance. If I get the gun really far from my face, I actually don't have much strength out here. So it's very far from my face. I couldn't transition, my neck is tense. It doesn't feel very good. Versus if I get the gun really close to my face, I could do something like this or like this. Recoil is actually going to take advantage of my elbows in that position. So again, not good recoil control there. So what I want to do is get the gun as far from my face, unlock my elbows, and then just relax my shoulders. And this is a really good position for me to shoot in. So I would like my grip to look a lot like this. Now that we have kind of what we're looking for in the grip, the big thing to do is to go and experiment with your gun using your anatomy. So everyone's going to grip the guns a little bit different, and what resonates with you might not resonate with someone else. No matter what grip technique you use, as long as you keep those 4 principles we talked about in the beginning, recoil management, accuracy, being able to quickly shoot, as well as consistency, you'll have a really solid grip that you can use.